Hello everyone, here is another short video. In this one I'll talk about the hotfix to the FENIX Block 2 update. In the previous video I was overall very pleased with the Block 2 version, highlighting many of the improvements. However, there were two things that I criticized. The first thing was the about 3 to 5% lower N1 on final compared to the real aircraft, and the other thing was the flare behavior, where I demonstrated that I had to pull back quite a lot, almost full back stick pressure, to get the aircraft into a correct flare once you have passed around about 30 feet. If you flared before that, then you would actually be able to kind of break the descent rate already before the aircraft itself goes into the technical flare mode. However, in the real aircraft, pilots would normally start their flare earliest 30 feet, usually even lower than that. So I was very happy to see that already on the 11th of March, only a couple of days of the initial release of the Block 2, there was a hotfix out addressing many of the issues that people were reporting. So avionics and sounds, for example. I remember that there was one very annoying bug where the aircraft continued to call out retard. But yeah, as you can see here in the list of fixes, there it is. Retard call out won't stop playing was fixed. And then most importantly, I was looking for the flight and engine model improvements, and they said they gently adjusted the ground effect. And so I went back into the flight sim, set the same scenario, runway 09 this time in Bremen, but still only light winds from the right and same weights. And I did a couple of config full and config 3 landings to see if I could actually feel these improvements. So I set up the aircraft with 3 tons of fuel and a zero fuel weight of 56 tons, giving us a landing weight of 59 tons. Regarding the sensitivity settings, I am using the FENIX Block 2 recommended settings, so with a setting of -20%, and that is recommended with SDS on or off. SDS means side stick damping simulation. I'm getting lots of questions regarding my joystick setup. It is the Thrustmaster Water base, and on top of that I have the FS Projects A320 side stick. And the links to these add-ons are in the description below. Some people have asked me, why don't you use some more sensitive curve settings to help you with the flare? And my response to that is that I don't really want to do that, because when I'm flying manually, the recommended sensitivity settings are actually very good. The aircraft responds directly, just like the real aircraft does. So I don't want to change that. But never mind, you will see that here in a second, that the development team have addressed the issue I was describing in the hotfix. And I can say that at least for the flap full landings, there is a better response now when you pull back on the stick.
4. 300. 100 above. 200. Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
So there you can see me doing quite normal inputs, so I think that's more like in the real aircraft. The floatiness has, well, it's still noticeable. It has improved, but it is still fairly floaty. Okay, let's now try a config 3 approach. Same settings, around about 59 tons of weight.
4.
And here you'll see that once the aircraft's flare mode sets in, I actually have to pull back quite hard again to actually get a response from the aircraft to raise the nose.
Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
And I was actually almost at full backstop there with the joystick. Well, let's do 2 more landings, one config full and one config 3, just to confirm my initial impressions. And here we are, config full, on speed, on path.
300. 100 above. 200. Minimum. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
So again, a little bit more than I would normally want to do, but that is within, I would say, normal kind of limitations. So again, I can definitely feel difference between config full and config 3. Okay, one more.
300.
Config 3 again.
100 above.
Same weight, same weather conditions.
200. Minimum. 100. 50, 40, 30.
So I'm deliberately waiting until at 30 feet so that the Airbus flare logic kicks in, and you saw that again, I had to pull back fairly strongly on the stick to get a decent reaction and to avoid slamming into the ground. And there you have it. So overall, good improvements, especially on the config full flare behavior now. Config 3, in my opinion, still needs a bit of tweaking. Otherwise, very nicely done. I love the fact that the hotfix came out so quickly. So big thank you to the developers of the FENIX. Also a huge shout out and a big thank you to all of my supporters. Without your support, I would not be here streaming and making videos for you. Until the next live stream or the next video, stay safe, and I wish you all happy landings.